Hi everyone, I'm Anna Peters, Zambia art team member and salon owner of Retreat Salon, here today to share with you a modern up style. We're going to take this long one length hair client and we're going to give her a really trending, super sexy, modern style right now that everybody's asking for. But if she is wanting to have a long curtain fringe to be placed in the front, but she doesn't want to cut her hair, I'm going to teach you a way to give your client what they want by creating a faux fringe, how to style that, and how to move this all up into this really modern, effortless look. So let's get started. Here's what you're going to need. Your Zambia Artist Series paddle brush. This is wonderful. It has 4 bristles with the pins, feels really great on the client's head, and it allows you to effortlessly brush through really long hair. So love working with this brush and just getting the tangles out and directing the hair where we want it to go. I'm working with today the Zambia 2-in-1 Marcel Iron and Wand. This is a must-have in my kit and at my station. You will want it too. It has 2 tools in one, so just the click of a button, the spoon slides off. Set that aside and you have your wand. So helpful in saving space and having 2 tools right at your fingertips and not taking up a lot of space. I love the color treated setting 2 to protect my client's hair from excessive heat, which could fade their color. I love that it automatically shuts off after 60 minutes of not being used. This is so helpful in relieving stress, not having to run back to the salon or your house to make sure your tools are shut off. And it just fits really nicely in my hand and really is easy to spin and turn and create all the waves. So you're gonna need one of these. And we're gonna keep it really modern today and have very little to none teasing. So I'm gonna work with our Zambia texture iron, and this is gonna create 3 times the volume, give me all the grip and hold that I can need that you would get from teasing the hair. You're going to get without all that back combing. So you're gonna love working with this tool. You're gonna need one of those, and you're gonna need various size pins, elastics, and a tail comb. All right, so let's get started. Once you have your tools ready, we're going to start in the back with our texture iron. We're just going to take about 1-inch subsections and we're going to work from the back of the head up, clipping the hair out of our way as we go. We're going to be working with the texture iron. I've already prepped her with heat protecting products, so I'm going to go through just the middle. I'm leaving out about 1 inch of the hairline on both sides, and throughout the middle of the section I'm going to go through and I'm going to create this texture. So just placing the texture iron, compressing down the head, down the hair shaft, all throughout her head. We're going to create this nice voluminous texture. Taking our next section about 1 inch deep above our last, flipping the hair out of our way, we're gonna work our way up the head. The thinner the section, the stronger your texture is going to appear. The thicker your section, the softer the texture is going to appear. So keep that in mind when you're taking sections, if it's the amount of texture that you wanna see. If not, then adjust the depth and thickness of your sections. We're gonna do this all throughout the head. Now we're gonna go in and we're gonna create a beautiful curl pattern working with our Zambia Artist Series 2-in-1 1-inch Marcel Iron and Wand. We're gonna start the same place we did with the texture iron. We're just gonna go in and create a really loose vertical wave in the hair. This is all going up, so we're not going to necessarily see this wave pattern but it's going to create the movement for us to be able to mold the hair and it to easily flow into beautiful wave patterns and styles while it's up. So just working from the base of your section with a 1-inch section, we're just going down vertically with our iron, working our way down the hair, dropping the tip out as we work down to allow us with such long hair to be creating that really kind of loose, nice wave pattern. So it should look something like that. I'm going to do this all throughout her head. And like I said, it does not need to be perfect because we are going to be brushing through these sections. But the memory that's going to be there from using a 1-inch iron is going to be really helpful when you're molding and manipulating that hair to form pinned up curls with body and shape. So just taking about 1-inch size in depth sections, starting at the base and working your way down through the ends. Dropping that tip out if it gets too tight, that way you're able to move that iron down the hair shaft. And the ends are the last part that go into the iron because these are the oldest piece of the hair shaft. They need less time. We don't want to be baking those ends, and they're going to curl really quickly for you. So we build our curl from the base first and work our way down, flipping the hair up out of our way. Again, working with 1-inch size sections, taking my iron in the Marcel form, and I'm going to just curl the hair towards the center. Everything is being curled towards the center of the head because this is the direction that the hair is going to be moving. If we start building our curl pattern moving in that direction, it'll help so much in the ease of that hair laying exactly where you want. So the center section can go either way, left or right. The sides are moving towards the center. This curl pattern is just a really quick way to get that shape and memory into the hair. When you have textured the hair prior to curling, it's going to allow your curls to last so much longer. So if you have a client whose hair is hard to curl and it doesn't hold the curl, try texturizing her hair first and see what happens. I'm going to repeat this process all throughout the head. Really important tip, if you're having a hard time with your work looking clean, try combing through each section before you curl it. When the hair is all laying in the same direction and you place a hot iron on it, it's going to perform and look so much cleaner. If you have tangles in the hair and you place a hot iron in it, you're only cementing those tangles more into the hair. So it's going to be really hard for you to smooth that out and get a really polished look. Now when you get to this top section, your top mohawk section here, you're going to take about 3 to 4 horizontal sections to curl, and this will give symmetry to your faux fringe that you're creating. Next, you're going to brush through all the curls that you just created. just softening all over the look. Don't worry, you still have that memory in there that you can still see. You have that curl pattern in there. As soon as you start to blouse that out, it starts to pop up again. So don't worry if you brush through it and you're starting to feel like you're losing the curl. Let go and just start to shake and relax that, and you'll start to see it come back to life, and it's so cool. But this is the memory we need to build this beautiful shape. So the next step is we're going to create an anchor down the center of the back of her head. So we're going to do this by creating a cornrow braid that's attached directly down the center. And this is going to hold a lot of the weight and secure our style for her to last all day. So starting at the high point of the head, we're going to take about a 1-inch section down to the nape and another 1-inch section on the opposite side, leaving you with 1 inch directly down the center of the back of her head. And we're going to create a cornrow down that back. So comb through your section. Use your clips to hold the hair out of your way. And this will help make it so much easier for you. And this is what it should look like from behind. We're going to start at the top. We're going to create 3 subsections, 2, 3, and we're going to just cross those directly on top of themselves underneath so that we are keeping this really tight to the head. So I'm going to take a section of hair. I'm going to add that to my top section, just like you would a 3-strand braid or a French braid. We're attaching this to the head. This does not need to look pretty or perfect because it's all going to be covered up by your style. All this is going to do for you, which is really important, is it's going to hold the weight of your style so that your client's hair does not fall apart throughout their special event. So just taking tiny sections, working down that 1-inch section you created down the back of her head, just creating a 3-strand cornrow braid attached to the head. So try keeping your hands really close to the head. You can see I'm not holding the hair out here. My hands are almost resting on top of the head as I fold these hair sections underneath themselves. Crossing that underneath the middle. Keeping my sections clean so that I know what I'm doing and I'm not pulling hairs from other places. I have the sides clipped out of the way and I'm just working my way down the center section. Now I'm going to stop right about the nape or the occipital bone of her head is where I'm going to stop. And I'm going to continue just down through the ends so it's not attached to the head. I'm then going to fold that up so I can see that I'm right back lengthwise to the top. I'm going to secure this with an elastic. Now I'm going to place this right next to the side of my braid that's attached. And I'm just going to slide 1 pin from the top down, wiggle back and forth as it slides right into that anchor. I'm going to place 1 grip directly down and I'm going to move it side to side as I slide it down, picking up the hair on either side of that anchor and securing that braid to the head. We're going to drop out our side sections here and we're going to create our subsection for the faux fringe. So So on either side, we took a horizontal line from the round of the head up. This is going to be our top section. This is what is going to create the faux fringe, along with the ends of our braid that we just pinned up. This is going to be laying forward and really going to help shape that faux fringe. So when you have these two sections on either side of your center braid, you're going to brush through them. We're going to twist once, twist twice, and then we're going to place that hair directly sitting on top of that braid anchor. From here, we're going to secure it. So we're going to secure the top with 2 grips and an elastic. I'm going to just slide a grip on either side of that elastic. I've clipped the top here to secure it for me so that my hands are free. And I'm going to slide 1 grip straight down and horizontal into that section. And the opposite side is going to come across and slide horizontally in that direction. Now I can remove my clip and I have secured that top section. Here's what it should look like from the front. So from the front, this is what it should look like. All of this hair is moving forward. We're going to use our Artist Series finishing brush. It's 100% boar bristles and is going to really help in smoothing out this hair. Brushing through it, we're going to now find our center part and just start to design this fringe how we would like to see it. And go in with your tail comb and just kind of start spreading that out. So this is going to give us our faux fringe along with a lot of volume here through the top. So once you kind of have that placed, I want you to just step away from that for a little bit, and we're going to start working on the rest of the style. We'll fine tune the details of this fringe when we are all done, and that'll be our final step. So we're going to go back to the back of the head, and we're going to start to move this hair up. Now gathering one side and sweeping it towards your center braid, we're going to just secure this directly into that anchor braid that we created. Guiding the hair directly towards that center back braid. You can use a comb or just your hands for a more effortless look. We're going to pin directly into that braid anchor that's sitting right underneath here. So just taking a grip, placing your hand where that anchor is, and just weaving that grip right up into that braid. Another section, work your way up, weaving that pin up and out into that anchor. Okay, so once you have one side secured, you're going to gather the other side, sweeping that back and away from the face towards the center back. You're going to take your hand in a V shape and slide that up and under, gathering all of that hair. And then you're going to twist so that your hand is then facing downwards. And you're going to continue to twist that till it's nice and tight. Once you have that, what you like to see, spreading that hair out, making sure every angle and direction looks like you would like it to, you're going to go in with some large pins and just slide that right in to that anchor. So I'm going straight in with a large hairpin, straight in, and then horizontal, sliding that across with the large hairpin, going straight in and then sliding that horizontally across that braid anchor that sits right down the middle. So you can see how much that just holds that and secures that, so that you can take a step back, look at your work from all the angles, perfect it before you move on. Once the back is secure, you're gonna go in and just gently hold that at the base and brush through the ends of that twist. Once you have that back secure, you're going to gently hold that hair at the base and brush through your section, detangling everything and just smoothing out those waves. We're then going to section this into 3 separate sections. We have the center and one on both sides. The center is going to come, and this is where the memory comes into play with the curl pattern that you created. When you brush through the sections, you're going to notice that as you manipulate the hair, it's going to be really easy for it to create a really beautiful shape. So follow the curl pattern. You're going to fold it on top of itself. So here's my center section. I'm going to fold it and twist it on top of itself, and I'm going to pin directly down into that anchor. One side is going to cross over to the opposite, and again, it's going to just get secured, following that curl pattern, twisting, leaving out those ends for a nice effortless look. We're going to secure that down into the anchor. And then our last section is going to cross over to the opposite side, following that curl pattern, letting it work its magic. We're just going to pin again right down into that anchor. And you can just use these hairpins to just place things and hold them where they're at so that you can go back and change it and adjust it before you secure it with a grip bobby pin. That'll make things a little bit easier for you to step back and look at it from multiple angles. Make sure to check your work from each side as well as front to back to make sure you're happy with the balance and that every angle of your style looks just how you'd like. So once you're happy with the shape and how everything is looking, you can then take your grips, your bobby pins. I love working with these matte finish ones and the blonde color to match my blonde model. And right where you have your hairpins holding things together, you're going to just slide your grip directly down and into that anchor. And you're gonna really feel that lock in and that security hold that style so much better. So just go in, find where you place those pins, slide those anchor grips down and into the braided anchor that you created. And you can almost hear it lock into that anchor and you know that's secure. So there it is from the top view, from the back so far. We have some pieces here that I just want to finesse and tuck away a little bit, but I love how those are sticking out, giving that really kind of effortless look. Go through and just kind of start to mold and shape the style. And now we're going to finish with the fringe. So we have this faux fringe that we've created. So we're going to go in and we're going to gather these ends, pinching like scissors in my hand to secure so I'm not pulling away from anything that is happening up top. I'm just combing through these ends and I'm going to start to spray this hair. And then start to lay it across her forehead. So just like a nice curtain fringe, creating that little hourglass shape for her. coming out at the cheekbones. And back in. Awesome. Okay, so once that side's done, I'm going to move to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my 2 fingers and secure that hair as I comb down through it, getting rid of any tangles and just really spreading that out horizontally. And this part is so fun. You're just really molding and shaping this hair. So we're covering that center part here in the middle. Spreading it out across her forehead so it's covering the sides. And you can see we have that nice faux fringe. So with somebody who has really long one-length hair, they're able to get this really modern look without cutting any length off. Your clients are gonna love you for that. All right, so just some final touches and we will be all done with this modern up style. Now, if you're wanting to secure this fringe so that you can ensure it's not gonna move, going in with the same color grip, weaving that hair up and down, and then sliding that across, you can ensure that that fringe is not going anywhere. So just a little recap on how we created this style. We started out with the Zambia texture iron to maximize the volume and to give us a ton of grip as we built this style upwards. We then went in and created a beautiful wave pattern that had memory throughout with the Zambia 2-in-1 Marcel iron and wand in the 1-inch size. We waved the entire head. We then created a braid anchor down the center back of her style that everything was then pinned into as we move the hair upwards. So that's giving it a ton of strength and longevity. The style is gonna last her all throughout her special event. We created a faux fringe for this client so that she was able to get this modern look with this curtain fringe with her hair being all one length. We didn't need to do any cutting, so she's going to love you for that. And this effortless kind of twisted French twist up style that is really popular right now for brides or for any special formal events. I'm Anna Peters. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay tuned at Zambia's YouTube channel for more education opportunities. Thank you so much.